Hey guys, it's Sam, and today I'm going to be discussing the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer. I know we're a bit late to the party. In fact, we're 1 month late. But with the new spoiler that Tom has given out, I think it's time for us to revisit it, and it's part of a new series that I'm doing called To Be Honest, which is just giving reviews on everything and talking about possible theories that surround films or trailers or stuff like that. By the way, Endgame spoilers. So, if you haven't seen Endgame, first of all, what are you doing? And second of all, don't watch the video. There's a lot of theories surrounding the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, and there's a few hopes and there's a few confirmed that I just want to run through. So after watching the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, it's clear to see that Happy's going to take on kind of a mentor sort of role for Peter. Not in the same way that Tony was, but in a way that taking almost an Uncle Ben-esque role. So teaching him how to become a man and mature slowly and stuff like that. We know from the trailers we can tell Happy's going to be a big part of this film. He's going to be involved a lot, which can be down to the fact that Tony's gone. And maybe Tony told Happy to look after Peter if ever the event of him dying was to happen. One theory suggests that we might see Tony's daughter and Pepper, but that's still unknown and is still in kind of a grey area where we're unsure about everything at the minute. In the trailer, we see Nick Fury, and a lot of fans have thought this as, Nick's gonna replace Stark. He's gonna become a mentor. He's gonna become a superhero mentor for Peter. But a lot of people have taken Endgame and said, I think if anyone's gonna do it, it's gonna be Hulk. Well, the Professor Hulk, it would be. So there's a lot of theories around that. In the trailer, we don't see Hulk, so he might be in the film, he might not, it's not confirmed. Nick Fury is confirmed to be in the film, so I think that's the more obvious and most likely theory to take place, but we don't know. It's still all in the works, and we'll see on July 5th. In the trailer, there's also the Avengers Tower being built, which leads the theory of who's invested in it, who's started the entire Avengers again, because usually that was Tony's job. Tony put all the money into the Avengers, Tony built Stark Tower, which then became the Avengers Tower, and then invested all the money in the new Avengers base and stuff. But as we can see, Avengers Tower is being built again, so it's just a matter of, is Pepper rebuilding it and trying to help with the Avengers, or is it a different person? Maybe Nick Fury or something like that. Maybe S.H.I.E.L.D. is back on the scene, we don't know. It's still all very new, and again, like I said, it's in a bit of a grey area. One quite popular fan theory is that Liz Allen, so Peter's original crush in Spider-Man Homecoming, becomes Firestar. And with her father going to jail, people believe this could take her down that road, and it also help introduce the X-Men universe into the MCU at the minute. So that's why people are kind of connecting the dots. She did this in The Ultimate Spider-Man 118. So people are connecting the dots and just hoping that maybe they connect and it allows the X-Men universe a kind of access into the MCU. So a lot of people are hoping for that and just kind of wishing it's going to happen. It would be quite cool to see her take on a bigger role, because she was quite a big role in Homecoming, but she was more of a romantic role, whereas in the trailers we can see MJ is taking on that role. And I, for one, am very excited to see that, because I always thought they would have made, especially with the teasers and the Homecoming, I thought it would have been quite a good relationship to have. One fan theory suggests that Mysterio's powers are in a way similar to Doctor Strange's powers. So people are saying, is Mysterio a mystic? Is Mysterio gonna be able to do the same stuff that Strange is and stuff like that? Honestly, we're not sure. This is still kind of a, like I said, it's a grey area where we don't know much, but it's all just a bit new. We know Mysterio's from another dimension, that's mentioned in the trailer, but it's just whether his dimension have mystics and whether he is one of them. It's a completely different matter. With regards to Avengers Tower, there's a theory going around that the Fantastic Four are the ones that are invested in it. I'm not sure whether I agree with this theory. I think if the X-Men universe was to be introduced, I think it'd be better if they did it through Liz Allen becoming Firestar. I think it'd make it more natural and just more, it'd make more sense to me. I don't know why, I just don't think the Fantastic Four would be better introduced that way. Don't get me wrong, it's going to be amazing to have them in the MCU if they do join back. But I just think with Liz Allen becoming Firestar, it becomes more natural and just a way of introducing the X-Men universe and then Fantastic Four and stuff like that. A fan theory going around is that Mysterio tricks Peter into thinking the entire events are in Europe. So all the trailers and all that of him being in Europe and Italy and London, stuff like that, is all a lie. Because in the comics, Mysterio is a bad guy. He's a trickster, and I wouldn't say he's like Loki, but he is similar in the way that he likes to trick people and mess with people's heads. Moving on from that, there's a confirmed fact that Uncle Ben exists in this universe. It wasn't always something that we knew, but it's nice to know that it's confirmed. I think it's in the trailer. We see a suitcase and it has Uncle Ben's initials on it. So it just proves to us that Uncle Ben exists in this universe and he has died. I don't know, it's just kind of nice to know that Peter's been through that and he's kind of sticking to the Amazing Spider-Man plot. Well, not the plot, but like the fact that Uncle Ben exists and has died. It's just nice to know that Peter's been through that. I wouldn't say nice to know, but it's just more comforting that he's been able to go through that and grow more as a character. It gives us more respect, I think. Finally, recently there was a leak that Tom Holland gave out. Everyone is considering this a huge spoiler. Personally, I think it's kind of mentioned in the trailer, but I get why people consider it a huge spoiler. I don't think it's that big, but here's a quote from Tom. So, quote, "Mysterio in this movie is actually my new best friend. We team up together to fight these elemental creatures because when Thanos snapped his fingers, these creatures came through the dimensional rift," unquote. So this tells us that Mysterio it confirms the multiple universes theory and it proves dimensional rifts exist, which can open a lot of opportunities for the MCU to expand in the future. And now we know which snap caused these dimensional rifts. He says Thanos' snap. We were always a bit confused as to how the Avengers managed to travel through dimensions and stuff, and whether anyone using the stones is affected that in any way. So now we know that Thanos' snap was the one who caused these rifts in dimensions that has allowed these monsters to come through. Honestly, I think the Mysterio shouldn't be trusted. I think that's the way that the movie is going to go. I just think Mysterio will end up betraying Peter and then betraying Nick, and it'll just all turn back on them. That's my personal theory, and I honestly really hope that Liz Allen becomes Firestar. That's one of my big theories I'm supporting at the minute. And although we don't see Hulk, it would be quite cool to see Professor Hulk as a new mentor, or maybe Nick and Professor Hulk working side by side to kind of mentor Peter through the process of becoming a superhero. And there's been a lot of talk of Peter replacing Iron Man as like the main key figure in the MCU, so combining everyone, kind of being like the half leader of the Avengers, in the way that Tony was with Steve. because Tony and Steve kind of co-led. Like in Civil War, when they split into two, it was two parts of the team. It was kind of a half and half. I think they both co-lead and they both put as much into the team as each other. So obviously Falcon will be playing a much bigger part as he's the new Captain America. Again, Endgame. There's a lot of people are starting to think that Peter will take up the role of Tony Stark, which I think would be quite cool to see. So, to be honest, I think this movie is going to be amazing. And if it isn't, I'm going to be bitterly disappointed because the trailers look quite good. I want to know what's going to happen with Mysterio. It could go many ways. It could go down the route of, oh, he's exactly like Doctor Strange, or it could go as he's a bad guy, and or you know he's faking all of Europe and it's to trick Nick and Peter, and they're still in New York. There's a lot of ways this could go, and there's a lot of sort of extra theories that could be implemented in this film, like the Liz Allen theory, like the Nick Fury becoming a new mentor to Peter, and the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, and a lot of things could be introduced in this film. It's going to be interesting to see what Marvel do with this. So I guess we'll see on July 5th, and I should come out with a movie review. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and this has been To Be Honest. I'll see you soon.